Okay, so picture this. You've got a brilliant idea for a new piece of software. Your team is all geared up, they're excited, and they are ready to build. But then you hit a wall. It's a wall that, let's be honest, a lot of development teams know all too well, and it brings up a really important question.
Right? I mean, it should be the easy part. You've got the people, the idea, the access to the cloud, but just getting the green light to write that first line of code can feel like pulling teeth. Today, we're going to break down that exact problem and show you a way better approach.
So, to make this all a bit more real, let's invent a team. We'll call them Team Phoenix. They've got a totally game-changing concept, but they can't even start building because they have nowhere to do it. They're stuck in neutral, waiting on their dev environments, and they are completely blocked.
All right, so let's get into it. This first chapter in their story, we're calling it the waiting game. And trust me, it's every bit as frustrating as it sounds. This is the traditional, often painful process that Team Phoenix is trapped in. Just take a look at this timeline. This is the old way. Day 1, the team files a ticket. It just sits in a queue. Maybe by day 5, someone in ops finally gets around reviewing it. Then it's off to security for another round of checks, which, surprise, takes another 5 days. By the time the environments are actually ready, 2 full weeks have passed. All that initial excitement and momentum, it's kind of fizzled out, and 2 weeks of valuable time have just vanished. And here's the real kicker. The manual process isn't just slow. It's super error-prone. Someone fat fingers a config or forgets a critical setting. And it's inconsistent. Team A's setup ends up slightly different from Team B's, and now you're chasing weird bugs. But the alternative, an automated process, is the complete opposite. It's instant, it's reliable, and everything is perfectly standardized every single time. So this brings us to the good part, the solution. How do we get Team Phoenix out of this state of friction and frustration and into a state of pure creative flow, where they can build as fast as they can think?
The answer is a self-service portal. And honestly, the best way to think of it is like a vending machine for cloud projects. Seriously, you walk up, you press the button for the thing you want, and boom, out it comes. No tickets, no waiting. Just pick your project type, and it's yours. Okay, so it sounds like magic, right? A magic button. But what's really happening behind the scenes? Because while it feels incredibly simple for the developer, under the hood there's some seriously powerful automation doing all the heavy lifting. Let's peel back the curtain.
For the developer, the whole journey boils down to 3 super simple steps. 1. Request. They fill out a tiny form, maybe just the project name and what it's for. 2. Approve. This part is awesome. It's handled automatically by the system based on preset rules. No waiting for a manager. And 3. Create. The system just gets to work, building the entire secure, compliant environment in just a few minutes.
Let's geek out for just a second on the tech making this possible. First up, you've got IAM, which stands for Identity and Access Management. Think of this as your automated security guard. It instantly hands out the digital keys to the new project, gives them to the right people on Team Phoenix, and makes sure absolutely no one else can get in. Security is baked in from second 1. Next is networking. The system automatically connects the new project to what's called a shared VPC. Now, the easiest way to picture this is like the company's private secure network highway. The new project gets its own on-ramp, instantly and safely connecting it to all the shared services it needs without anyone having to manually wire anything up. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds fast, yeah? But is it safe? Are we trading control for speed? And that's a fair question. But the answer is a resounding no. In fact, you actually get more control. Let me show you how these automated safety guardrails work. See, every single project that comes out of this portal gets a full suite of safety features built right in. Company-wide security policies are automatically applied, the right access rules are all set up, all the activity gets piped into a central logging system for a perfect audit trail, you get budget alerts configured from the start, and projects even get tagged with labels so they can be easily tracked or cleaned up later. It's basically governance on autopilot. For instance, let's talk about money. The system can automatically assign a starting budget to every new project, let's say $500. This simple rule prevents those scary, accidental cloud bills and keeps costs under control right from the very first minute.
And what's really cool is the team gets immediate, crystal clear visibility into their spending. They can see exactly how much they've used and what's left in the tank. This empowers them to manage their own resources responsibly, which keeps the engineers happy And you better believe it keeps the finance department happy too.
So let's circle all the way back to Team Phoenix. What does this transformation, from waiting weeks to just clicking a button, actually mean for them and for the business? Well, honestly, it changes everything.
I mean, this quote from our very happy Team Phoenix says it all. They didn't just get one little test environment. They got the whole shebang, secure, production-ready environments for dev, staging, and prod. And they got it all in the time it takes to go grab a coffee. That is the power of this approach.
And if you need a visual, this is it. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a fundamental change. We're going from 2 weeks of waiting to 15 minutes of action. This is what developer velocity really looks like. It's about removing the roadblocks and giving your most creative people a clear runway to build the future.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. When your teams have that next great idea, does your cloud infrastructure feel like a roadblock, full of red tape and frustrating delays? Or is it a runway, ready to help them take off instantly? Automating this process is how you make that crucial switch.